Hey everybody, this is RJ on prophecy. I just want to share my thoughts on witnessing a second blood moon. This blood moon, the third blood moon of the four blood moon tetrad, was exciting to see, but this eclipse was hard to see in Phoenix, Arizona. Once again, I wanted to record this celestial event, but I mean, you could barely see the moon turning red. I mean, it was just a light red color, and I know it didn't last long because the eclipse was like less than 5 minutes, but I was still able to see it, but it was a light red color. So even though it was hard to see, you know, what I could definitely see is the signs of the times. Now, I seen the first blood moon last year on April 15th, 2014, and that was an exhilarating sight to see. And I just wanted to see that again. You know, I thought I was going to see that again this morning, but turned out to be a little different, but it's still all right though. Now, I couldn't see the second blood moon, which took place on October 8th, 2014, because it was cloudy, and I was real disappointed about that. Now, last month, on March 20th, 2015, there was a full solar eclipse, a super moon at the same time of the full solar eclipse, the spring equinox, and the Jewish New Year, all on the same day. That has never happened before. And now this month, April, you know, it started with Good Friday, you know, where we remember the believers, we remember the crucifixion of Christ. Today, Saturday, is Passover, along with the third blood moon that took place early this morning. And tomorrow is Resurrection Sunday. See, I don't say Easter Sunday, I say Resurrection Sunday, because that's what it's all about. It is not about no Easter eggs, no candy, no Easter egg hunts, no Easter bunnies. It's not about that. That's a pagan holiday. That is a tradition of men that was inspired by Satan. You know, it's all about resurrection. It's all about the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's what it's all about. You know, so, and that has never happened before either. A prophetic heavenly sign mixed in with biblical history. All I gotta say is, can't nobody say that God is not real. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Psalms 14:1 and 53:1. Now, with these celestial events that's been happening, you know, there's some believers just like to, or they just love to quote Joel 2:31, Acts 2:20, and even Revelation 6:12. But the most common scripture is Joel 2:31. You know, the sun being turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible or notable day of the Lord come. I said this in another video, okay? Like, people just don't get it. Joel 2:31 and Acts 2:20 is referring to Revelation 6:12. It is referring to when when Jesus Christ opens the sixth seal. It is not what's going on like the blood moon that happened this morning, the solar eclipse that happened last month, the two blood moons that happened last year. I mean, it's not that, okay? Those are signs. You know, the tetrad that's going on, and the previous tetrads, those are signs, okay? So instead of believers reading Joel 2:31 and Acts 2:20, they need to be reading Genesis 1:14 and Luke 21:25. Okay, in Genesis 1:14, when God was creating the heavens and the earth, when he created the sun, the moon, and the stars, he said, let them be for signs and seasons and for days and for years. Jesus said in Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun, moon, and stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So these are signs that are going on. This is not Joel 2:31 or Acts 2:20, because like I said, that's referring to Christ opening the sixth seal. All right, opening the sixth seal because of persecution. You know, when you read about that in Revelation, I believe it's chapter 6, when John saw the fifth, well, when Christ opened the fifth seal, and when John saw the persecuted, or the believers that have been persecuted, that have been martyred, and that's the purpose for the sixth seal. So when people quote Joel 2:31 and Acts 2:20, they're wrong. I mean, because that's referring to the second coming of Christ. That's the blood moon that will take place before the second coming of Christ. But what's going on now are signs. Signs, okay? Heavenly signs. And it's God telling us that something big is about to happen to humanity. I mean, God is like screaming at us, you know, wake up. He's screaming at us. I mean, the church is about to go home. We are about to go home. I can't wait for that, because I'm so tired of this worldly system. You know, so that's what it is. These are signs, you know, celestial signs. But you know, since yesterday, Good Friday, you know, God spoke to me, and he wanted me to pray. It started yesterday. You know, I prayed last night. I prayed, you know, not only for myself, but for my family. I prayed for the persecuted church. I prayed for the Jewish people in Israel and all over the world. And I prayed for the peace of Israel, the peace of Jerusalem, you know. I just had this urge to do that. You know, I still have it in me. I mean, we have to pray, you know. Our brothers and sisters are being persecuted all over the world, and even here in America. You know, the Jews are being persecuted as well, but it's prophecy being fulfilled. That's the main thing about it. So I just wanted to share with you guys my thoughts on witnessing a second blood moon.